Why, hello everybody, my lovely nation of YouTubers. This is your boy, Andy Gamer Chanel, also known as Red Devil 61780, coming at you with another video, another tutorial, yet part 2 of the first one. Now this one is now the Nova tutorial on how to make your Nova Prime. Not your Nova Prime. I don't have a Nova Prime. I still need like one more part in order to get it, and I can't get it. And I told people on the trade chat that I needed it, and I was willing to trade an entire set for it, but nobody listens. But anywho, back to this. I'm here to show you all how to make a good Nova build. I'm not saying perfect, I'm not saying godlike or anything like that, but just a good and adequate one for whatever is needed. Now, as you can tell, there's the powers, of course, as you can all see. I do have augment cards for Nova, so there's no worry about that. Not like the last one where I didn't have any for for Mag. But on this one, I do have them. Now, as you all know, we have the Null Star, the Antimatter Drop, the Wormhole, and the Molecular Prime. Now, the Null Star, that's actually a pretty good ability to use because it surrounds you with all these little particles. You're kind of like a neutron. You have all these little things around you and stuff. Usually what that does is it creates these little balls that surround you and attack the enemy. Now, just to let you know, Nova is also considered to be more of a defense than anything else. She has an ability in order to create an escape route, which is a wormhole. And also other sorts of defense abilities. Now I'm going to show you the first one, which is Null Star. Wait a minute, this isn't Warframe, it's Qbert. My bad, people. I thought this was Warframe. But look at him go. Oh my god, Qbert, you've made a comeback. Look at him jump around, ain't that cute? Oh, look at that. When you have the augment of Null Star, it actually, recasting Null Star will make all remaining particles explode, doing 120 blast area, damaging with guaranteed proc in 8 meters. Now that's completely all upgraded. As you can tell, it's got all 3 little things right there. So I'm going to show you how this works. Okay, so let's start with the Null Star. Okay, remember how I told you? It's like you're a neutron star and stuff. Well, there you go. Now let's see what it does. Now, as you can see, it doesn't really do that much. It's kind of dumb. Just remember that this is more like a prox, like a yeah. It doesn't really do that much now, does it? It's kind of dumb. So let's start off with the next ability, shall we? The next ability on our list shall be the Antimatter Drop. It launches a contained particle of antimatter that will detonate upon collision with increased deadliness when targeted by weapons. Now, I'm going to show you the augment card of what that actually looks like. Let's see, what's this? Antimatter Drop. Okay, so I guess it's that one. I'm not sure because I have antimatter. Okay. Yep, same one. Let's get busy. Let's do this, shall we? Now, here we are with the enemy, and I am about to show you what this does. Wow, kind of lame. Well, so it has radiation. I'm using all of the things right here. Looks kind of weird, doesn't it? It's mostly radiation what it does. I don't really do much. It's like I said, this is more of a defense rather than an attack or offense or something. Yeah, it doesn't really do much. I don't think Nova's really that great with some of her abilities. I'm pretty sure other people have found uses for it. Yep. Let's just kill these guys off, shall we? On to the next ability. The next ability on her is the wormhole. Now, remember, the wormhole isn't much of an offense or even a defense. It's just an escape. That's only good for like when... I personally find it that when there's a glitch in the game, it's good to have in case one of the doors doesn't want to open and it's kind of glitchy and there's like no way to open it and there's not a lockdown or something. It just happens to glitch. The wormhole is actually pretty good for that kind of escape route. So it doesn't really do much. Yeah, I'll give you a hint. I'll just show you what it does. I went off. Okay. Ow! Ah! That's about all it does. See that? I could possibly even send this somewhere else. Probably. Let's see what would happen if I send it all the way over there. Let's just find out what this does, shall we? Oh no, I went the other way around. No, don't worry. Okay, like I said, this is only for escapes. That's about all it's good for. See what I mean? Like, it's all it's good for. Yep. It's not good for much. Just think it went too far. Let's work on to the final and last one. Just remember, Nova is not that big of a deal when it comes to those other abilities. The antimatter drop could be used for certain things. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's the best of the best, but it's actually pretty good. The null star is actually kind of like also a way to escape and you don't actually get hurt and actually could knock down the enemies. It could distract them, it could just, stumble them so where they don't attack you. The wormhole is only good for escaping, and also if you need to get to a hard place, it's also good for that as well, as long as it doesn't overshoot that area that you're trying to get to. Now, the molecular prime, on the other hand, this is the one that I've seen everybody who's played the game and used Nova apply to. The molecular prime is actually the top use of abilities that Nova and everybody that used her has always used, always. And what it really does, it's just that it slows down the enemy and it makes them weaker. A lot weaker, actually. You have this thing right here, there's not much to it. There's no augment card for that one. I don't think so. At least I'm not very sure about it. But it is it's probably one of the best abilities that Nova has. If not the best, the only real good ability that Nova has. Now, really what it does, it not only does it slow down the enemy. As you can see here, it took a couple of hits to take down that ambulance, but what it does, it makes their armor go down. Now you won't be able to see it here, but see that how they actually go down a lot faster? Now if you add time and stretch and range, see, that's the amount of time that it lasts. Now you have to add stretch to it. There has to be lots of stretch to it. If I were to go and find another one, another mod that adds stretch, you would see an enormous amount of it. Not only that, but ability strength too. Let me see here. Ability duration. Ability range. Okay, so I've added the reach. So it's now at 190. Now let's see what that does necessarily. Okay. Now I'm going to set myself up right here in the middle so that way you can see how far it goes. See how that's actually covered, and it's still up. See? See that? And it's actually affected all of them. Now, you did see all of those things just blow up, as like I said, if you add plenty of, you know, strength to it, stretch, duration, and efficiency, Nova can practically be one of the best, you know, defense characters or defense warframes within the game. I, for one, don't really use Nova that much. When it comes to defense, you know, operations, I much rather use Frost, which is actually one of the best ones. It's actually the top tier to me, not really Nova. Nova's every now and then she's okay to use. But for people that just like to see things blow up, Nova's the best one for that. Especially when it comes to the molecular prime. The molecular whatever. But that ability is probably the best one that you're going to be using on Nova. Wormhole, like I said, is only for escaping or going to areas that you can't reach. The animated drop is also pretty good, but if you have a lot of power, a lot of strength. Null Star, like I said, it's also practically almost useless. Like I said about my last video, the first ability is always the most useless of them all. But it's all up to your gameplay. It's all up to you on how you use a Warframe, how you use Nova. And I hope this was a pretty good tutorial. I'd like to thank every one of my subscribers for supporting my channel. And you know, if anything, advice on a Warframe or on a level or anything, please make sure to leave a comment. Even if it's a salty one, I don't really matter. I don't really mind. It doesn't really matter to me if it's a negative one. I'll answer them all, and I'll try to be as courteous as possible. If anything, anybody needs to ask over another Warframe that's not as boring as Nova, please make sure to leave a comment, leave a request. I do interact with people that do leave a comment and stuff. I'm not like those YouTubers that just make videos and people want to know stuff and they just, you know, forget about the people that support them. I do appreciate the support from my 46 subscribers. And hopefully as time goes by, I actually am more capable of making better videos for all of you to enjoy and have fun with. So, this has been your friendly friend, Andy Gamer Chanel, signing off, my friends.